What camera am I using? And I'll tell you which one I'm using for my primary cam, the one that's right in front of me. And it is a Panasonic G7 is the one I'm using. It's this one, the Panasonic Lumix G7. So let me just give you a closer shot of it. This is it right here. I've got my G7 mounted inside of a ring light, and my G7 is got the lens that comes with the G7 inside of it. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. You guys can see how I've got it set up here in my studio. It's inside the ring light to give me a nice smooth beauty light look. And over here on the side of the camera in this area where you see the green box, I've got an HDMI out running to my computer through a cam link so that I can have a super high quality frontal camera. Also down there, you see that cable on the side of my camera there? That is a power cable. That is a dummy battery that I'm running inside this camera. So it's powered up all the time and I can use it like a webcam. So this particular camera, I'm running about 14 to 16 hours per day here in my studio. It's about 3 feet away from my head. Just to give you some perspective, there's the back of my head. It's about 3 feet away from my head. And it's an amazing camera. It's the most affordable mirrorless camera that I recommend for my clients, whether they're multi-millionaire stock traders or they're content creators that are now doing this full time for a living. And that camera delivers this level of quality that you see right now on the green screen. This is live right now, and this is the default lens that comes with this camera. And as you can see, look at my fingers. Like, this is weird, but for people that understand camera production, look between my fingers right now. Do you see any green? I've got a green screen behind me. Do you see how it gives a perfect green screen chroma key? Like, the resolution I'm getting through this camera right now and the quality I'm getting is insane, right? Like, I have not seen a better mirrorless camera for the money. You have to move up to like a couple $1,000 or do a lens upgrade for like $900 to $1,000. I have a near perfect, I mean, you will be hard pressed to find any flaws in the chroma key that I have right here with this camera. I freaking love this camera. For the money, it's probably the best creator camera for the money that's out there. And here's all the pieces that you need to get with this camera. You're gonna want that dummy battery power supply. I mount it in a ring light with a diffuser so that it doesn't blind me and burn my freaking retinas all day. Because I use this camera all day for consulting calls, for my podcast, for my streams, all that stuff. And then also you're gonna need this special HDMI cable to get the signal out of this camera. And of course you will need a cam link to get the signal out of the camera. So if you're not, are you familiar with the cam link? So for everybody else who doesn't know, I'll just give you the Cliff Notes version. This device right here allows me to pull the signal and can allow you to pull the signal out of any camera, a GoPro, a DSLR, a mirrorless camera. You could pull your signal out of these cameras that you see, like this one right here. And if they have an HDMI bay, like mine has right here on the side of my camera, you can run that video signal out of like your actual real camera and run it into your computer. And here's my cam link right here on my desk. And you bring the video signal in, and the cam link converts that video signal from your camera into a data signal that can then be processed by your computer, and you can use that for live streaming. So it's actually converting the video signal from this traditional camera and pulling it into my laptop here in the studio. Pretty sick, right? Camlink is an amazing device. And they're pretty well priced right now. They're not overpriced at the moment, which is nice because they were getting price gouged by a lot of vendors during COVID who, a lot of people were desperate during COVID. They were desperate during COVID for this sort of gear, and the Camlink is one of those pieces of equipment. It's at a really good price right now. It's around $100 now, which is great. Camlinks are around $100 right now, which is awesome. And then this was the camera itself, the Panasonic Lumix G7 camera. That one comes with a 14 to 44 variable lens. So, I mean, right now I'm a little bit more than arm's length away from the camera. And so the variable lens is pretty good for like about 3 feet or so away, something like that, from the camera, up to 6 to 8 feet away from the camera, depending on where you want to position it.